The gays.
The gays.
You
It be the
think so?
gays.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Oat Milk Lesbians. Today's video is brought to you by Replica, our
It's
sponsor.
not. It's not. But if only it was, right?
Yeah.
Let me just export. That's funny, right? Y'all, we still don't have electricity. We have to wait another hour for electricity. I'm so sick of this shit.
I'm so fucked up.
Really feel like we're in the trenches right now.
And it's so damn hot, you guys.
Yeah, we've been like in this heat.
If you don't live on the equator, good for you. But then again, I like that because we live on the... I don't know if it has anything to do with the equator, but we are free from natural disasters, except floods. But at least we don't have earthquake or whatever.
Wait, I need to sign in because this person submitted their hotline stuff in a Google Doc.
Oh, a Google Doc.
Because it's too long.
So we have to go link, like it's linked to the Google Doc lah.
Yeah, so we have to... Alright, everyone, welcome back. This is Oat Milk Hotline. I don't know episode number, whatever the fuck lah. We had the
Welcome
bears.
back.
Girl, the bears.
Oh, child neglect. Again.
We just be neglecting. Yeah.
This story is wild.
Uh-huh.
You can read it.
I do plan to read it. First story, yeah? I have two girlfriends. And while they both know each other and are aware that I have two girlfriends, but they both despise each other. They are wildly different in terms of personality and interests. I've been dating the first one for 7 years and another for 6 months. Though there were disagreements with the first before committing to the second, we came to an agreement to open up this relationship. I never felt awful because I am always transparent and honest with them. Is this too perfect to be true? Is this normal or morally ambiguous? What do you guys think? P.S. I have a stable job and financially well above average. I think it's not so much just about your financial status or whatever, but it's also about your emotional capabilities. Your emotional capacity to deal with the two of them. I don't know, man. If the two of them despise each other, I just feel like it's not healthy already. Because the two of them would be, in some ways, insinuating certain things about both of them, each other, and I think that will affect the way that you perceive your own partners as well, both of them. I don't know, I just feel like if they both despise each other, then it's not healthy already. That means something is wrong there. Is it even recording? I think it is. What do you have to say? Wait, I also want to watch. We just uploaded a reel, y'all.
Okay, it uploaded the whole thing. That's great. Okay, anyway, I want to comment on that as well. Like, first of all, okay, it sounds like you are polyamorous, but it sounds like your two girlfriends are not polyamorous. So, like, there's that whole thing. Like, for me, I think you should be with someone who is polyamorous. You shouldn't be with someone who wants to be monogamous.
Correct.
Because that is the kind of romantic orientation they have, and that is the commitment they want from you. And I just feel like if that is what you want, you should find someone who wants the same thing as you. Because obviously they feel like shit because, okay, for them, you are like their world only. But for you, you're like, I'm just managing like two people, two worlds. So for you, I feel like it's harder to feel some type of way or feel like something is being taken away kind of thing. So yeah, I know like, you know, it's going to be hard for you to understand their position, but that is their position and you cannot change that about them. The same way they cannot change this about you. So if I were you, I would break up with both of them. That's an L, but I just think that if you want this, because you've dated the first one 7 years and it sounds like you're going to continue, you know, having more relationships and everything, you're just going to have like a lot of built up resentment and a lot of animosity in your relationship. Doesn't matter how financially well off you are. Like, okay, you can take care of them or whatever, but yeah, that's just something that you need to sort out lah. Either you let them go or... Actually, the best thing is to let them go because it sounds like you can't choose between them.
Yeah, correct.
Since they're very like different and everything.
Correct. I feel like, honestly, by not letting them go, you're doing both of them a disservice.
Yeah.
You are actually hurting them, the two of them. I'm going to say this because I was in that position. Where I'm the monogamous one and the other person just refused to let me go. Like, even when I wanted to be let go, but they spent so much time and energy trying to convince me to stay. And obviously, I did stay, but it ended up just continuously hurting me, and they just didn't want to let me go. So if you are really a polyamorous person and you're dating people who are just not happy with open relationships and who are monogamous, just let them go, because if not, you're just hurting them, to be very honest with you.
Yeah. There are definitely going to be people who will align with your preferences and also want to be with someone like you. So exactly like what she said, like you don't need to hold on to them or hold them back. Hi, I'm 23. I'm a 23-year-old girl from Canada. I'm having a large crisis. I've been in a relationship with a man who I love very much for about 5 years, but I'm a lesbian.
Oh, Jesus.
5 years is a long time to hold out, by the way. I've really only dated women before him, but a small part of me thought I was bisexual, and I think the dating butterflies, the security and the past heartbreaks got me into this relationship. No offense, but it's a bad reason to get into a relationship. Also, from age 18, I've changed a lot and learned about comhat and internalized homophobia. I don't hate my relationship, but I feel like I'm missing out on the whole love and enjoyment during sex. He's the most sweet, and I was his first relationship. I feel so bad. I contemplate living the rest of my life with him, or do I need a break up and live with my honest life? Any advice would be much appreciated. Love you both, and thanks so much for the fun and informative videos. It makes me feel a little bit more connected to the queer community, as I've been pretending not to be gay for a long time.
Honestly, just break up.
Just break up with him. And I feel like your feelings are very, very valid. It's our new video. Go check it out. Your feelings are very, very valid, and like 100% understand where you're coming from, but I also feel like objectively that's actually like a bad reason to get into a relationship with someone. Like, okay, I'm just saying this, like, let's say if I know my partner got with me because I'm like the nice girl and everyone has given them heartbreaks, and I'm also like comforting, and also at the same time
it's like you're using them.
Yeah, security. It's like, I don't know, I believe you should be in love to be with somebody. If you get with somebody like that, it's honestly very wrong, I feel. So first of all, you should break up with your boyfriend for that reason. And the second thing is, you are a lesbian, so you need to break up with him. Girl, what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like, if you, what's the point of staying actually?
Yeah.
What's the point of staying? Is it because you feel bad? But don't you think you should also feel bad at the fact that you are depriving him of also true love?
Yeah.
You know? Like, yeah, he's a good person and he's nice to you, but at the same time, you don't really love him. Like, you don't really love him, if you get what I mean. Like, maybe you love him as a person, but like not as a partner. Like, romantically. So it just doesn't make sense as to why you should stay in that relationship, you know? And if this prolongs, you could develop resentment as well. And you're gonna be on your deathbed one day and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
And then Good Luck Babe by Chapel Roan gonna play.
Yeah. Yeah. Just break up with him.
Yeah.
Just break up with him. Okay, next one. Oh, you are getting the long ass one.
Okay, this person's from the UK, so you gotta read it in a British accent.
Okay, I will try. My British accent, I have to turn on and then I have to get used to it, man.
I think it's good.
Hi, I love your podcast. Hope you are both well. I am very lucky to live in the UK, where the law and society is progressive, and I am surrounded by openly queer people. That being said, I still feel there is no discussion of what it's actually like to grow up as a queer person. There's still plenty of homophobia and stereotypes. Your podcast is so lovely for hearing how it actually is to be queer and to strive for a happy and healthy life, just like anyone else. As a 17-year-old, I have no clue about my sexuality, though I would describe my gender as non-binary. I'm okay with it, taking time and not rushing into labels and experiences, but I was wondering if you would share how your sexuality and gender identity / expression has developed as a young person. I feel like everyone has really different experiences, like knowing their sexuality since they were 6, or having no sexual desire until they are 20. But it isn't really discussed. Have a great day.
My mic was not turned on.
No, it's on.
Oh,
it's on. It's on. Wait. Don't. If you touch it, right, means it's off. Yeah, now it's off.
Okay, so I gotta turn it back on?
Yeah, just long press. Mic test. It's on.
Oh, okay.
It's on. Don't worry. Your sexuality has developed as a young person. Jesus.
I think it's like going to be very fluid though. Like for us, I feel like even though we've come out and everything, we still are exploring different ways of gender expression.
Correct.
I think it's a never-ending journey, to be honest.
And I think you will never truly like 100% find it. At least, I mean, some
don't
people,
think so,
yes.
yeah.
I think it just does change over time.
Yep.
In general, it changes with how you feel with femininity and masculinity and where you are on the spectrum. And I think it does change.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, every year, every 2 years. For you, every 2 years.
More like every 6 months.
Every 6 months. Yeah, I just don't think like, I think it's just very, very hard. I don't know. I feel like there are people who have like, they figured out this way of expressing their gender identity and everything, and they're like, yeah, this is me, and then they stay like that. There are people like that, but I feel like it also can be very fluid.
Yeah. So don't worry too much about it. I think just like go with whatever you feel works best for you at that moment. If you feel like changing again, that's fine.
If you would share how your sexuality developed.
My sexual... I mean, you can refer to our old video back then we made about like...
Did we talk about sexuality or sex?
Sexuality.
Yeah. We talked about sexuality.
We have a lot of pipelines, but basically both of us went through the bisexual to lesbian pipeline.
But that's sexual orientation development, not sexuality. Wait, what is the definition of sexuality?
Isn't this sexuality? Like sexual orientation is the same as sexuality, no?
No. Sexuality is
like how sensual you are?
Sexuality meaning?
Like how you express yourself.
Capacity for sexual feelings.
Oh.
But a person's identity in relation to gender or genders also. Or it's also sexual activity. Actually, I also don't know how to answer this question. I'm at a loss for words right now. But also because it's very hot.
Yeah, we have tons of videos talking about our journey though. But even then, it's not ending lah, I would say. It's still pretty fluid. And, you know, never know what you're going to become.
That's what they mean by sexuality, is their sexual desire, all of that.
Oh.
Like, yeah. Okay.
I mean, like, I don't know, now, like, I would think I'm asexual because I'm not attracted to anyone. But, like, it's very different one, you know. It really depends on your mood. And it's, like, depends on where you are in life. I mean, like, I think for the longest time, I was hypersexual. But, like, as I've said, now suddenly I'm non-sexual.
I get it.
Yeah, she's also kind of on the same boat.
Yeah. Okay, honestly, for me, right, I think, I'm going to go back to when I was figuring out my sexual orientation when I didn't know I was a lesbian. You know how, like, I mentioned just now in the short video, my gay awakening is Michelle Rodriguez and Jade West. When I look at them, I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm fucking horny. No, I didn't feel like that. When I look at them, I'm like, ooh, they look good. You know, that kind of thing, like you're attracted to them. And I think when it comes to like having any sexual desire, I think I was a late bloomer. You were also a late bloomer, right?
Yeah.
Like when it came to like masturbation and stuff like that, for me, it was only like when I was 18 or 19? Very late because I think we grew up in very conservative Christian households, so we were not exposed to a lot of things. And on top of that, our moms are tiger moms, so they restricted our access to the internet and all of that. So we weren't exposed to a lot of things when we were younger. So in that sense, like our sexual desire or masturbation even was like only later on in life. And I think for me, right, when I got with into my first sapphic relationship, I'd be like having sex a lot. I'd be like, I don't know, I could like do it every day, all day, that sort of thing. And then after that, I would be like, also, I can still do it all day, every day, but I didn't want to. Or more like I tried to, but I didn't feel like it because it was more like casual sex. And I didn't enjoy casual sex. And after that, I got into my other sapphic relationship. And I would say I was still a sexual person-ish, but then over time, it just kind of died down until now. Like until now, I've just not been a very sexual person. Even when I look at a person that I like or I think is attractive or I fancy, I will just be like, I won't have any sexual desire for whatever reason. Yeah. And just in general, because we're not attracted to anybody, right? It's just like, we just don't want to have sex. I mean, the sex is nice, but then I know you also don't enjoy casual sex.
No.
Yeah, we both don't enjoy casual sex. So like for us, like we only desire to have sex with the person that we're in a relationship with or that we love. So yeah, for us, it's just kind of like, if we're not in a relationship, then bye.
Yeah, I think a lot of people generally go through this kind of stuff. Like you would be a lot of casual sex and then suddenly you are like no casual sex at all, that kind of thing. So I think it's normal. It just kind of depends on like where you are in life. Okay. I think I'm dumb.
I love how this started off. This one attach a Google Doc document, okay? This submission. Can you just read
Hi, I really like your channel and the videos you make, your opinions and views. Thank you. More people should know about you. I really force my friends to watch you and like you. This is going to be a very long story. I think I need some advice from gay people.
Okay, now we are going to the Google Docs.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god.
This is a whole ass Wattpad.
Shit.
Can I turn it around?
You can, but you have to hold it.
Okay. Hey, never mind. Just put it back down and I'll just enlarge it.
Yeah, we can just enlarge it and then you can just scroll.
Okay. About 2 years ago, I was on Tinder and I was extremely tired because these meetings are useless. Correct? I just meet girls a couple of times and sometimes we fuck and that's it. With all due respect, considering that I like these evenings, I realize that in the long run it's useless because they are not people I'm interested in as a whole human being, but rather as a simple option to spend time in the evening and then go away. And sex as an event is fun in the moment, but except for physical pleasure, I do not experience anything, so I do not have an emotional attachment to this event. I can't say that I'm asexual, rather, as in general, sex is okay, just my emotions are not much involved in it, just kind of like how we feel.
Yeah, this is an answer to the previous story also.
Yeah. I was tired of Tinder and one match wrote to me. There was a compliment and an offer to communicate, but I was tired and decided to give my Instagram right away. And if the person gives a shit, and if she writes there where it is more convenient for me to communicate, I will chat with her, lol. She wrote in Insta and I was like, okay, let's go. We were really good at communicating. After about 2 weeks, I suggested we meet in person. The meeting went well. We talked about our lives, talked about what's new, at who walked around the city. I was glad for this communication because I don't like when someone in the first message to me sends some deep questions and topics for discussion because almost everyone does this and it's fucked up to discuss everything again and again. I really long sat in Tinder about 2 years. So if they tell me in the beginning what their favorite color is and don't give me an emotional striptease, it's just manna heavenly. In the end, we spent time well and everything and went well. And at some time, I thought that I liked her and my plans for life coincide with her. Migration, good stable job, stable government. Actually, hello to you from Eastern Europe. Okay. I thought that I wanted to get to know her better. And if she suits me, I'll see what happens next. Spoiler, I liked her and I liked everything about her personality, her emotional reactions, her judgments, and her plans for life. In the end, I thought I would offer her a relationship because I'm sorry, but I'm tired of life and I don't want to waste my time and energy. Because to get to know a person, it's necessary to show empathy, memorize a lot of new information, and think about how I feel about this information and whether it suits me or not, why not, etc. For your information, I have bad memory and several times I simply forgot to start this conversation with her. At one of the meetings, about 7 months after the correspondence started, I set a reminder on my phone that today I will offer her to start a relationship. You talk really funny, like the way you
I think
write.
it's just a language barrier.
Yeah, I think so. And just a couple of days before the scheduled meeting with her, still friendly in the messages, I didn't write her anything romantic. She wrote that she wanted to see her friends and would like to offer me to meet them. I thought it was not quite the right time, but I was also still interested in how she positioned herself with her friends. You talk very formal and it's actually kind of funny in a good way. How she talked to them and what she was like with them in general. I agreed to the meeting and everything was fine. We sat in a bar, played board games and talked about different topics. And the thought I had would be to introduce her to my friends, and the evening also went well. We ate Georgian food, played board games and talked. After that, it was about 1.5 months before the meeting at which I offered her a romantic relationship with me. Usually, I saw her once in 3 weeks because of the schedules of studying that didn't match. I didn't do it nicely. I think this is all highlighted, by the way. I had a good time with her in the evening. She did too, I think. We were on the way to a subway and we were talking about mommy issues and about crushing on an older female teacher. And while talking about crushes, I remember that she was my crush. Please don't judge me, I'm really tired. Oh my god, you're so real. Oh, I forgot that was my crush. And I actually wanted to ask her out. I ended up asking her if she wanted to date me, be my girlfriend, and she frowned and smiled at the same time.
How do you frown and smile at the same time?
I know it's hard to imagine, but this face was real. She said she was very flattered and she knew that I liked her. She realized it after meeting her friends. Also, there was an explanation that she has a little narcissistic trauma because of her parents, and that's why she likes the fact that I like her.
Oh.
She's the first granddaughter, first daughter. She has many relatives who are teachers, and everyone's always praised her and supported her only if she was the first and the best. Damn. She doesn't have an excellent student syndrome anymore, but I realized that you can't remove many things from your personality, and with time, you just learn to live with it and manage with your life. Also in her response was the info that she cannot date someone with whom there's no deep emotional connection, and with me, it is not. I, by the way, don't think like I will first build a deep emotional connection and then only start dating. My point of view in a relationship is just that I want to spend my time and effort to get to know you and be exclusive for you. So here's a verbal promise. Now we can call each other girlfriend and sometimes kiss. That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
You're kind of a cute person. She also talked about how she had a very busy schedule and wouldn't date until she finishes her uni. At the time, it was 2 years until the end of uni.
Okay, that makes sense.
And she also said that she's never been in a relationship. In the end, I didn't hear a direct no, and everything she said to me was more like thinking out loud. That's a meme, of course. My delulu is something. The highlight ends. When I got home, I told my friend about it and she was shocked. Thank God for that. My friend said it was very strange that there was no direct no, but there was no direct yes. Then it was a no. I thought it made sense because if someone I was interested in offered to me a relationship, I wouldn't care how it happened or where it happened. I would have said I was interested. Let's get a list of personal wishes and conditions, and if they match and everything is great, we are in a relationship. In general, the principle of active consent saved me. I wrote to her 3 days later, something like, "Hi, sorry, but I think I didn't understand anything. I'm dumb." You keep saying that. Do you need to think about my proposal for a relationship, or is this question closed? So she wrote something like, "Hi, until the end of uni, I have no plans and time to meet anyone. Thanks again to my friend. If I'd asked her for concreteness later, it would have stretched and would have made it more cringe." I answered her, "Okay." And for some time, I did not write to her and she did not write to me. Highlights begin again. I was a little upset because it was the first time I was refused in a relationship. And as a bonus, it seemed to me that she was romantically interested in me. There was a little flirting and jokes, but I must immediately point out that I didn't fuck or kiss with her. No one hugged with anyone for hours.
Okay.
Highlight ends. Anyway, I thought that, okay, I got an answer, let's move on. I thought I was doing a good job. I listened to some sad songs, moved around, and after a while, I thought it would be a good option to test the popular myth that after a romantic rejection, you should fuck a person out of your head with someone else. Yeah, I know it sounds bad, but at the moment, I thought it was the least it could be a social experiment. Highlight begins again. After a month after rejection, I ended up meeting with another girl. She obviously wanted me, and I ended up going home with that new girl. I had more than my usual amount of alcohol that night and delayed reaction because I mixed a lot of different alcohol. I had sex with the new girl and she was a switch, but I do her first. I don't know how to tell respectfully that she is, I fucked her, okay. I was trying my best in learning English. I just hope this doesn't sound rude. After she recoiled a little, she sat on my hips and took my hand and kissed the palm of my hand. I'm a good drinker and it's hard to get me drunk. So I've never had sex in such a drunken state, and because of my slow reaction, I couldn't dodge, and before that happened, I didn't warn her that it's better not to touch my hands because it's too intimate for me. Huh?
Okay, so you ate her pussy, but she cannot kiss your hand because it's too intimate.
I ended up yelling at her a little bit. A lot, actually. But I still feel a little bad about it, so I'm trying to downplay it. I yelled at her for about 2 minutes that she had no right to touch my hands, but at the end of those 2 minutes, I realized that I was an idiot and hadn't warned her about anything. I didn't control the process. Plus, she didn't... Lightning attacked me with kisses on my palm of my hand. I thought she wanted to put my hands on her hips, something like that. I was very drunk and slowed. As soon as I realized that I literally had no right to yell at the poor girl like that, I apologized. Said that I had no claims and was just not thinking, and apologized a couple of times of hysterical minutes. In response, she said that she was also pretty drunk, so only at the end of my apology she realized that I yelled at her.
Oh. So both of you had delayed reaction.
So both of you like, oh, you yelled. Oh. She asked if her company was bothering me now and if she should leave. I was embarrassed because of the tantrum and even more embarrassed to send a person home so late. And because of that, yep, taxi to my place is expensive and it would take about 20 minutes waiting a car, and I would have to sit with her for this 20 minutes because I had to close the door and it was embarrassing as hell and I would have died on spot from it. I told her that it was fine for me if she stayed, but there would be no continuation of sex. And if she was comfortable staying after my tantrum, and it would be fine for me too. She said okay, and I went to take a shower, and I came back, she was already asleep. In the morning, she woke up, and before she left, I apologized to her again. She told me not to worry, and sometimes things happen. I thank her for that. I hope I didn't traumatize her too much. And in the end, it was a bit of a cringe pop experience, but to my surprise, the cringe overshadowed my sadness a bit, so all research went well. I found out that folk wisdom works, and all you have to do is experience an incredible cringe, lol.
Yes!
Right on time! The electricity is back!
Okay, let me just adjust the ISO on this thing now.
I am off to see my husband. You are very good at like writing, because the way you write is actually so different.
No, and I think that because, I mean, she said that she's trying to learn English, right?
Yeah.
Actually, you're doing very well. You're doing very well in telling us a story using English, even though it's not your first language. Because if we did it in Mandarin,
oh my god,
you would not understand the thing that we're saying. So you're doing really well.
Yeah, dude, this is really good writing.
Yeah,
I'm entertained even.
Good for you.
Okay, but actually, I'm trying to find the point of your story, to be honest.
It's okay.
After a couple of months, I resumed communication with the girl who blew me off. She teaches foreign languages at a university, and I needed advice on materials for learning English. Now I communicate with her normally. There's no flirting. I don't spend a lot of my time on her. I meet her once every 1.5 months. We go for coffee and discuss the injustice of this life. We chat every 2 weeks, and I don't feel any awkwardness after the proposal to the relationship and rejection. And it seems to me that she's also okay. Highlight begins. The only thing I've noticed from the last 4 to 5 meetings is that the matter of other people's relationships often comes up. One of her friends started dating a guy. I don't want to be biased, but it's most often a giant cringe. Although I can't judge them, and because of that, the person's always doing something shit, and her friend is also traumatized. There's always a traumatic story about their relationship that leads to discussion of relationships as a topic. I've also had a story about my past relationships pulled out of me by her. It was literally 5 or 6 years ago, and it was a teenage cringe. Used cringe a lot. At the end of a little background, when we met her on Tinder, I was in my early 20s and she's 1.5 years younger than me. I'm a lesbian and had one relationship a long time ago in a small period of one-night stands. She's asexual and never dated anyone.
Wait, is it the same girl as the first one who rejected her?
No.
Yes? No.
Oh yeah, and back to today, it's been about a year since I got rejected by the girl that I liked, and now I'm worried that maybe I'm stuck on her. I think sometimes, right, you just tend to like people because they rejected you.
Yeah, it's like you want something you can't have.
Yeah, I feel like that's
that.
the psychology of a lot of people, like they always say like, oh, the one who got away lah, this and that. It's because you couldn't get that person. Otherwise, you wouldn't have an unhealthy paranormal relationship. Not paranormal, sorry. Parasocial. Parasocial.
Girl!
We are not
Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
Teen Wolf as fuck.
Yeah, worried I'm stuck on her. I'm not dating anyone right now and I don't go out one night standing. It's more to do with the fact that I'm trying to migrate from my country because there's been a war in neighboring countries for 2 years. Oh,
shit.
Yeah. My country might be dragged into war and the country's under sanctions. There are no jobs. Government wants to pass a discriminatory law on LGBTQ+. Most likely they'll make a similar law to the Russian one. It's officially called Ban on Propaganda of LGBT and Childlessness. All men in the government don't know a word child-free. And Soviet propaganda everywhere. Visa is incredibly hard to get and you need a lot of money for literally everything. Finding a job in the EU if you're not from the EU is very difficult. I'm graduating this year with a degree in graphic design, doing photography, learning 3D, all the gay stuff. Trying to squeeze into the game industry or design, packaging, branding. Because of this, I have literally no energy for anything, and going on dates and trying to get to know other girls all is very energy consuming and very difficult considering all the circumstances, as I'm afraid to live my whole life in this country working for just literally a piece of bread. Highlight ends. I'll be 23 in December and I need advice from older lesbian girls. Please help me, I'm dying. Damn. Highlight begins again. I'll be glad if you read this. Answer me. I apologize for the mistakes. I'm learning English as much as I can. You're doing great.
Yeah, you're doing well.
And if you post this story, please post without details. She probably watches your channel too. I did show her your YouTube and we discussed a couple of episodes. She probably like wouldn't watch everything, like not gonna lie, because a lot of people like...
Yeah, they don't watch all the episodes and they don't watch fully.
Yeah, unless you are like a super fan. A select few, which I think the people, they generally do watch like the whole thing.
Yeah, otherwise you're just probably keeping up with our Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Which we posted. Has it posted?
Before we... Yeah, that's what I'm checking right now.
I'm off to see my husband.
What is it that you actually need advice on? That's what I'm wondering. Because
yeah, I'm kind of confused as well.
Because it's a whole story, and like, are you asking for advice on moving out of your country? Because honestly, we're not from where you are and all of that.
Yeah. And you know how we were asking people to give us details? You gave us a lot of details, but we still don't know what is the thing you want us to answer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of details. Lesbian crying, send help. Okay, I think first of all, with the girl, you gotta forget about her. Not gonna fucking lie. I think like it's also, I mean, okay, you don't want to forget about her, never mind lah, but like maybe you can assess like why you can't forget about her. Like just think about why she has such a chokehold on you. Correct. I think a lot of times that is the case. It's because you were rejected and then like you just have an irrational liking to this girl.
Yeah. I think honestly, I would say cut off contact lah. I would just say cut off contact like completely, not just like go back to her and then start talking about the injustices of life and stuff like that. I would just say like completely cut off contact.
Yeah, I would honestly do that if I were you, because like I know that I like her and I know that it's torturing, so like why do I want to keep torturing myself?
Correct.
Like I might as well like, if I know it's not going to work out or if it's vague, because the person I want should want me as much. And if they're not showing that to me, that's disrespectful to me. So it's like, if I were you, I would literally just block her.
Yeah, I would say that like, it's not about like... Because, I mean, if somebody doesn't like you, then they don't like you lah. But you continuously wanting to go after them, even though they've expressed that they don't like you, you are disrespecting yourself already.
Yeah, and okay, she flirt with you and all that, but like everyone can flirt with everyone.
Yeah, correct.
And like maybe she just flirt with you out of like...
For fun?
Yeah, for fun, for
Some
external
people,
validation.
Yeah.
So I feel like you should just take it with a pinch of salt.
Just if the answer was no, then just take it. If the answer was not a yes, then it's a no.
Yeah.
Just take it as that. Yeah.
Just take it as that, because the person that you should be with is not going to confuse you. You will know. And
as for... What are you going to say?
I was going to talk about the country.
Yeah, dude. Honestly,
we're kind of on the same... Yeah. We are not on entirely same boat, but almost the same boat, where you are living in a very homophobic country and you know it's expensive and you're trying to get out. I mean, for us it's kind of the same situation, shit currency, homophobic government, blah blah blah. But I would say like it feels tiring, but the only thing you can do is keep going.
Yeah.
We don't really have any other advice.
I mean, the thing is that like you haven't graduated your degree yet. So I think, yeah, I mean, it's good that you're worried because, you know, at least you want something for yourself and for your life. But I think it's great that you're already picking up a lot of skill sets. I think that will bring you far. And when it comes to the creative industry, whether it's graphic design, photography, 3D, what else, packaging design and branding, game industry, right? These things, it's a lot easier for you to start making money on your own, I would say. And also, if you have so many skill sets, you're also a lot more valued in whatever company that you join.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you can get a job outside, why not? But if you can't also, and if you want to, you know, start out in your own country, start freelancing, start opening your own, you know, business and all of that, I think that's still a viable option. And then when you have enough funds, you can find a way to get out.
Yeah, I mean, don't feel discouraged if you're not doing well now, because generally nobody like hits it right off the bat in their early
Correct.
20s, especially right after graduation.
Correct.
My job was shite right after graduation. I was paid ass, like for real ass. If you want to talk about actual conversion to USD, I was just paid $400, bro. Actually, no, $300. It's gonna be shy.
That bad one,
Yeah, it's bad.
Huh?
It's really bad. Yeah, my
Was that
first,
really?
my
I would
first
have
job
thought
was
at least
bad.
it was $500, $600.
No, it's $400. Yeah.
No, that's so bad.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah lah. Yeah, what you mentioned is true also lah. Even if you're still studying and even if you like just graduate, I don't think it's gonna be easy for you to do well.
Seriously, yeah, don't even my fucking internship was unpaid, dude. Like I was in the trenches back then, like legit trenches.
I get it.
You know, like currently, okay, like I think we said this so many times, we look comfortable and all that, but because we work our asses off for it.
Yeah.
Like if you saw the amount I was paid, which is zero, and also leading up to wherever, is really, really bad. So obviously I was very mentally ill at the time, and I felt like, oh, it's a shit life, it's a shit this, shit that. That's why I was immersing myself in all these women and whatever, feeling a void. But like it really does get better. So unfortunately, no other advice besides just get through it.
Yeah. And
sending prayers.
yeah, and honestly, as a creative as well, I'm gonna say as a creative, right? I don't know about your country and how it's like in terms of appreciating the creative industry, but I think generally globally, the creative industry is actually quite looked down upon. I feel like people just don't appreciate the creative industry, and maybe where you are it's a little better, I wouldn't know, but if it is, then good for you. But at the same time, like all these things that you're picking up, like let's say if you want to start a business, you can go ahead and start a business, but I do have to say that like whether you choose to find a job or whether you choose to start a business, you will struggle like fuck.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say in the creative industry, if you get a full-time job, I feel like you will struggle for a longer period of time.
That's true, actually.
Because let's say if you are a graphic designer and you have a full-time job, there is very little opportunity for you to earn more and for people to see value in you as a graphic designer unless you climb to be able to be a creative director or a manager of like a team or whatever, which in the creative industry is very, very hard. So I would say if you want to earn more faster, I would say start your own business, because if I had worked under someone as a creative person, I would not be earning what I'm earning today. But to be very honest, I gotta tell you, when you start out your own business and whatever you do things for yourself, right, at the start you will really, really, really not earn shit. I remember the lowest that I've ever gotten paid by myself in a singular month is 350 ringgit. And obviously it will be very unstable at the start. And some months I will earn 1,000, some months I will earn 350, some months I will earn 2,000, 2,500. This is ringgit, yeah, by the way. But over time, after I did it properly for a while, then I started earning more and I started being able to get more comfortable and all of that. And actually, I only started getting financially stable, I think in late 2021 or mid 2022. Around that period, I started getting more financially stable. So you will suffer a lot more if you're doing your own thing, but at the start, but you won't suffer for that long. Does that make sense? If you go for a full-time job, sure, you won't suffer as much at the start because you have income coming in every month, but your income increase will be very slow and stagnant. So, I mean, either way, you're still going to have to suffer and you're still going to have to struggle. It's just that which route you're choosing to take.
Yeah, dude, there's no way out of suffering. But I think the best thing you can do is not avoid it. Because to be really honest, right, like my observation is I think people, let's say for example, if you skip out on the struggle, you lose out on a lot of things like building your skills, building your resilience, building your strength, all these things which are actually a lot more important than like how to get out of struggle. Because right, whether or not you have your own business or whether or not you are working for other people, right, as you climb the ranks and as you get bigger, you are going to deal with a lot more bigger problems. And managing people, all these kind of things are a big ass headache. So I feel like if you skip out on a lot of things just to skip out on suffering, you're going to stay at a certain level. It's just going to be, you're just going to be there. You cannot avoid pain and suffering. You need to just get through it. Yeah, so just don't be discouraged by it, because it's just part of the process. It's something that everybody has to go through, unless you're a trust fund baby lah. But I think the important thing is just know it's going to get better lah.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like this forever.
Okay, next three is very short, so I'm going to read all three, and then because you read a super long one, I'll read four lah.
Okay.
Okay, so next one, it's not even a hotline. Someone said, I've been thinking about hosting an all-lesbian party, but I have literally 2 friends that are lesbians.
Same.
Will you help me out to make this happen? Of course, both of you are invited and the only VIPs. Hosting it in KL. This was sent to us in 18 April 2024. Oh, my mom's birthday.
Oh.
Wow. But, I mean, me and Faye we don't really go to parties very often though.
Yeah, we don't.
I mean, if you want to host a lesbian party, I guess we can just like help to share your whatever to our Instagram. But you also do have to know that because Oat Milk Lesbians is a public account, unlike a lot of other queer event accounts, they are private. We are very public. So whatever posts or things that you do for your lesbian party, you have to be very discreet about the location and all of that. And you have to have security measures and some lawyers on hand and some activists on hand, like just on speed dial in case anything happens. So if you do want to have a lesbian party, we can definitely you can do a posting, you can drop us a message on our Instagram account, we can definitely share it. But just make sure that you are very, very secretive of the location, and you make sure that the people who are going to your event are safe people, because if not, you'll be endangering everyone there. So yeah, no problem, lesbian party, we can help you out, but at the same time, you just have extra precaution. That's it. Okay, next one, not for the hotline, but I wonder if you'd be interested in doing an episode with Jessica Kellgren Fozard. Who the fuck is that? And her wife, Claudia.
Lesbians.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Claudia is Malaysian. Oh. Who are these people?
They are this couple, the wife is Malaysian. They're so damn cute.
Really? Can I see?
Yeah.
Claudia is Malaysian and Jessica is English, and they've talked about their experiences visiting Malaysia with their child. I think you could have some interesting conversations. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I'm big fans of both of them.
Really? I want to see.
Jessica, I think they have a different Instagram name. Ah, yeah. Oh yeah, I follow her wife.
Claudia.
Yeah. Wait, yeah.
See, I want to see Claudia. Oh my god, a Malaysian lesbian. But she made it out of Malaysia, is it?
They're living in the UK now.
Oh. Good for them lah.
Yeah, Jessie and Claude.
That's cute.
They're really cute.
That's so cute. Yeah, she looks mixed.
Yeah, she's I think she's half Malaysian, half British, I don't know.
Yeah, she looks mixed. She looks mixed as hell.
But would totally love to though, if they're down.
I mean, if they know about us lah.
If they know about us lah.
Yeah, if they know about us.
Because they are like...
And also they look like,
famous.
And they look like they also have resources for whatever it is that they're doing. We don't.
Yeah.
So if we invite them on a podcast, it's like, you guys are going to be coming to a ratchet-ass place, to be honest. We didn't have electricity for 4 hours just now. And we were eating while sweating and doing work in the heat. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, why not, if they're open to it. But I don't think they're the ones who sent this in. So I don't think Claudia and Jessica were the ones who sent this in. Somebody submitted a very short story. I need advice, in bracket, maybe a reality check. Okay, and then where's the story?
The next one?
It's not. It's a different one.
Huh? You need advice? And then what?
And then, I'm in a young sapphic relationship. My girlfriend is 20. Where's the ruler? Oh, it's here. My girlfriend is 20 and I'm 19. And we're currently both studying in pre-U right now.
Damn.
We've been together for almost a year. May 2024 would be a year. And we faced a lot of issues over that time. Our relationship started because we were training as badminton players together and I fell in love first. Classic in love with senior story, and I asked her out. 3 months into our relationship, my mom discovered us on call one night and found out about me being bisexual and our relationship together. She also discovered I sneaked out of my house to go to my girlfriend's graduation. Haha. After talking it out with my mom, we faked a breakup because I was still very in love with her. Turns out I'm a terrible person at hiding things. And my mom, who still checks my phone like Insta, Snap, etc., found out we were talking on Discord together. Jesus, your mom is a fucking tiger mom, yeah?
Yeah.
This time my mom contacted her dad, who's a fucking crazy hardcore Catholic,
Yo.
and it became a whole issue. Jesus Christ.
Okay, that's fucked up, dude.
My girlfriend actually broke up with me this time. A few years later, she asked us to get back together, and I did too because I am very like head over heels for her lah. We've faced a lot of issues together too. She's such a pillow princess and I'm a switch, another one. So she always gives the excuse of not knowing if I'm okay with it for her to touch me. She doesn't even kiss my neck or anywhere else. It's always me doing all the work, and the only time I get off is phone sex. Ha 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 ha. Doesn't sound like a very funny thing lah. She's also not okay with me watching porn because she says I'll think of them when we're having sex instead, which is completely not true.
What?
I do it for the sound. Sometimes I feel like she always victimizes herself in a fight. Like when I once asked her to block one of her classmates, she asked me first like, B, do you want me to block her? And I said yes, and it made me feel much better about everything. Because this girl and her were always crossing boundaries, like sitting next to each other whenever they go out, etc., etc. And the other girl is always hugging or touching her since they were like in high school 3 years ago. Sometimes, I don't know if my girl just likes the attention. However, my girlfriend then started to complain to me about how she feels like she's lost all her friends because of what I asked her to do. And now she has no friends, etc. And even saying like one of their hangouts where this other girl was there was so fun, so I got really tired of it and I broke up with her that night. Jesus.
Damn.
But she keeps begging me to call and get back together with her, even when I know my family, super religious, Hindu and conservative too, would never approve of her and I. Even though I have a very close relationship with my mom who didn't tell my dad about my sexuality so that I'd be safe, and she's still the same with me despite knowing I'm bi, which I really didn't expect. And I don't really know what to do, guys. Please advise me as JCS. I feel like the wrong is on both parts here though. Because honestly, like if my partner has been friends with another girl for years and they're like touchy and everything, I just think it's a girl's thing to just be touchy with your friends.
Yeah.
Or just be more intimate. Like, so I personally would feel like I am depriving my partner of her support system if I told my partner to block her friends just because of, you know, maybe she's touchy with her friends. Unless I sense a vibe sense an off vibe about it, then I would be like, yeah, don't do that. You know, I wouldn't say block, I would just say like limit contact, or just say that like, I think that's disrespectful to me, please stop it, you know. But I feel like if you ask your partner to block somebody just because they were friends with that person for years and they're touchy and all of that, I think it's just very controlling. Yeah, and I don't know the full situation about why she would say that, you know, she's lost a lot of friends because of you. I don't know, maybe it's her just like, I don't want to cari pasal lah or whatever, but at the same time, it's hard to believe that she's doing it just to cari pasal because you did mention that you asked her to block her friend just because they were touchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like, first of all, you guys need to figure out the family thing, because it sounds like it's going to be an issue anyway.
Yeah, that's
whether
true.
you break up before, whether you get into another relationship or it's this one, it's going to be an issue anyway. So I think you guys need to sort out the family thing first. And also
That's
at
true.
the same time, I don't know lah. I just think that exactly like what she said lah. I don't think that you should limit your friends from their support system. I mean, your girlfriend from her support system. I think this is like a communication issue, you know, because like yeah, maybe to her she didn't feel like she is how to say,
Disrespectful.
yeah, maybe to her she don't feel it's crossing boundaries or whatever. So
Yeah.
I don't know, it's very hard to tell because I don't know your girlfriend.
It just sounds like the two of you need to figure your shit out. That's it. Because
Yeah.
honestly, the whole thing with the pillow princess and the switch also is another one. It's another problem. Because as a switch, you are going to be very dissatisfied in the long term. You know, and I mean, if she doesn't want to compromise, then you're just gonna be like that lor. You're just gonna be dissatisfied lor.
Yeah,
You know?
she need to find a stone top for herself, not gonna lie.
Yeah. It's either that or she compromises.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Or it's either like, you know how you said that, oh, she doesn't know whether you want to be touched and everything. I think you both need to sit down and talk about how you like to get off. If you haven't done that already. Because how does she always not know if she want to be touched and everything? It's either she's making excuses, or you guys haven't really sat down and like, this is what I like. I like my pussy to be eaten this way. That kind of thing, you know? But
Yeah.
Yeah. But if she still insists on like that, then honestly, you need to find someone who match your sexual preferences.
So, moral of the story is that you guys just have very bad communication.
Yes.
You guys just have terrible communication.
Very.
When it comes to how she is with her friends, how you are maybe treating her, and maybe she finds you controlling, you guys have not talked about that. Your sexual preferences have not talked about that. It's just bad communication.
Yeah.
Just talk. Just talk and decide whether you want to continue with the relationship or not. And figure your stuff out with your families.
Yep.
That's it. Shall we call this the end?
Yep.
Because it's 3 o'clock.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Continue sending us your concerns, and we're going to keep reading it in the next oat milk hotlines. Nothing too crazy about this one. I think it's still like okay. Except for the long ass word doc.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, good job on sending in that essay. Great writing and everything, but a lot of context was missed out, so we didn't know what to say.
Yeah, that's true. So
was
we just basically
entertaining to
commented on everything.
Yeah.
Whatever we could.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye, Coffee. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you neglected ice bear.
Oh!
He's just sitting at the side.
I'm off to see my husband.
Very good. Under 1 hour.